Hi, it's Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style, coming to answer your colour and style questions. My biggest style challenge is getting out of the rut I'm in with my clothes. I feel like my clothes are boring, dull, and lack imagination and creativity. I find myself going to the same old stores, buying more of the same things because I know I don't know how to put together an outfit that feels like me, and that it's a special quality about it that takes it to the next level without feeling like it's over the top. I took your personal style quiz, and my base personal style is classic, which I agree with, but I'm finding it incredibly boring lately. And while I do dress in colour, I've been draped as a bright spring, my outfits still feel a bit stale and lifeless. So colour is one way to add in some interest for an outfit, but when we think about our personal style and our personality influencing our style, we all have like maybe a core style that is like the base that's in everything we wear. So yours is classic, and classic is a more conservative, more not boring, but plainer, more simple, more traditional sort of silhouette and look. Now, that can be the base, but what can happen, the reason we often get really bored with our style is we're not actually looking at the other personality style elements that are actually a part of us. So think about your style, and I talk about this as a style superhighway. We have like a 7-way highway, freeway, motorway, whatever you want to call it, available to us. And each of the personality dressing styles is one of the lanes on that highway. Now, what happens is if we get stuck in one lane, it's like we're stuck in the slow lane of life, or the slow lane on the highway, and we're never going out of those lanes. Now, there are some lanes that just feel so much less comfortable for us. So, maybe if you hate driving too fast, it's like going to the really fast lanes. You go, they're not really my lanes. But occasionally you need to overtake someone, or you need to do something, and you have to get into those lanes that are further away, but you may do it very quickly. So it could be something where you just bring in really small elements of those personality dressing styles into your style. So remember, we can have very small details that can add some interest and life, even if we have a core classic style. But what you want to do is look at, well, what's my I've got my core style, and then what are the other styles that also I am drawn to? And making sure that you're not just limiting yourself down to that core style, that you're still bringing elements of those other styles, so you're moving lanes, to move more freely down that freeway. So it is important to know, like, am I classic with a little bit of feminine? And maybe I have a touch of dramatic, or am I classic with some relaxed and some elegant chic? Am I classic with some dramatic and some creative? This is the thing, is we could all have these different combinations, and what we want to bring in is, this is where it's bringing in those elements. Like, how do I make classic? So, we think about classic just being quite plain, then thinking about adding in some flavour. So if you were in the kitchen or it was a dish, it's just even as simple as adding some salt and pepper might be enough. But sometimes we want to add some chili or something else. So thinking about what do I want to add in? What are the little elements? So it can just be a garnish. It can just be a little bit of something. And this is where accessories are so great, because they can really add a lot to an outfit. Like a plain outfit, what's something that's really interesting to do is just put on a really plain kind of classic outfit, and then get all the different accessories and maybe borrow some from a friend or something to get things that are outside of what you own. And just notice how, by putting on even different styles of accessories, like something sparkly versus something made from, natural matte materials, doing different kind of scarves. Like a silk scarf has a very different look to a cotton scarf, which has a different look to a wool scarf. So there's lots of different elements we can bring in. Do I add in a little bit of pattern somewhere? Do I add in some details and accessories somewhere? What am I going to add in that's going to make that core classic more interesting and actually make me feel less bored with my style? So it's not just about colour. It's really about thinking about, how do I add more in? And this is something that I go to in depth in my outfit masterclass. So if you're feeling really lost on how to put outfits together, I would recommend you going and grabbing my outfit masterclass. Because what I give you in that is kind of how to think about each of these 7 personality dressing styles, and then how to draw from them in a way that makes you feel comfortable. So that, for me, what I need to add is, like, I might wear a plain outfit, but I'll wear a statement necklace. And it might be fairly relaxed and comfortable. But I also know that I always have to add a bit of feminine in, that I can't just be purely relaxed. That is uncomfortable. And maybe some days I want to add some creative in. Some days it's a bit of dramatic, but I do dramatic maybe more in the colour or sometimes in the cut, sometimes in, you know, the accessories, but never all at the same time or very rarely all at the same time. So that's how I feel comfortable. And this is what it is. It's working out what makes you comfortable, but still it's an expression of you and yourself. So do have a look at my outfit masterclass. I would recommend, because what that is a really in-depth way of figuring out for you what really makes you sing, how you can put your outfits together in a way that is really authentic to you, because that is something that will never feel comfortable if we're trying it on to be like somebody else. But knowing that you've got that core classic is great, but just getting stuck in that, like stuck in the slow lane on the freeway, that's not what we want either. We still need to be able to move freely through with all the dressing styles. Some will be lanes that'll be closer to us, that'll be more comfortable. Others will be a bit further away, but sometimes we just have the mood. We want to go somewhere a bit further out, and it can just be really small details. It just doesn't have to be whole outfits. Often where we go really wrong is when we start bringing in too much of something that is less us, rather than just little tiny elements. So I hope that helps you think about your outfits in a new way.